What's up, money growers? Jacob back here with another video coming to help you guys out today with something particularly for the year 2022 and talking about Navy Federal and what you need to know if you're going to be applying for their credit cards with Navy Federal. So guys, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, because I'm going to be helping you guys a lot in 2022 and for the foreseeable future on this channel. So I want to help you guys, especially for those of you that are new or newer to Navy Federal. They are a very popular credit union. They're actually the biggest one that there is, and by a long shot too. They are the biggest. And there's a good reason for that. And their credit cards are very popular, probably the most popular product they have. And there's very good reason for that as well. Because with Navy Federal, oftentimes people who don't have the greatest credit score can get approved for some pretty good limits on their credit cards. So I'm going to talk today about, they have 6 credit cards, and give you guys a good rundown of what you need to know with the credit cards, so you can, after about 8-9 minutes of this video, you can have a good understanding of what they offer and how you could possibly use these credit cards in your own life. So first thing we'll talk about is they have 6 credit cards available. 1's secured, the other 5 are unsecured. Now, all of these credit cards have no annual fee except one. One does, and that's the flagship card. That's actually the one credit card that I have with them. The flagship card is a $49 annual fee, so it's not breaking the bank to have that card, and the amount of benefits you can get from that card, I think, greatly outweighs the $49 annual fee. So outside of the flagship, all the rest of their cards have no annual fee. Now, the other thing to know is with all of their unsecured cards, all of their unsecured cards have a $50,000 limit, okay? With the exception of one, the flagship. So the flagship card by itself can go up to an $80,000 limit. So the other 4 unsecured credit cards they have go up to $50,000. The flagship goes up to an $80,000 limit. Now, all of these credit cards, all 6 of them, they have no fees for balance transfer. They have no fees for cash advance and no fees for foreign transaction. So you're going to see, and if you dig into like other Navy Federal products as well that they have, you're going to see Navy Federal is not big on charging fees. Fees and interest, they're either low or none with a lot of their products that other places do charge for. So one thing to keep in mind, though, when it comes to when you're with Navy Federal and you're looking to get a credit limit increase, or you want to get multiple credit cards in them and that kind of thing, some people are really aggressive with how often they apply for credit cards and credit limit increases. Here's what Navy Federal prefers, okay? And they even told me this in a message one time. When I got my flagship card and I tried to request they get them to reconsider for a higher limit than what they approved me for. And they, said, they weren't going to do it, but they did say that they prefer that a customer waits 3 billing cycles. So, about 90, 91 days in there before asking for a credit limit increase or applying for another credit card. Now, you can do it before then if you want, but you're just more likely to get denied. That's why you'll see lots of videos on YouTube and that kind of thing talking about like the 91-3 rule or 91/3. So it's like 91 days or 3 billing cycles that you wait before requesting a higher credit limit on your card or applying for a new credit card. You can do it before then if you want, but you're just, according to Navy Federal, more likely to get denied. Now, common advice that you will see all over the place on the internet, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, my FICO forums, whatever, about Navy Federal when it comes to how to apply for your credit limit increase, is to either do it online on the website or to do it through the app, because it's way more likely to be a soft pull. You'll hear things about saying do it over the phone. If you do it over the phone, then the phone rep is going to initiate a hard inquiry. The phone reps will tell you different things, okay? One told me, no, it doesn't matter which way you do it. It's going to be a hard inquiry no matter what. Well, it's actually not. And then I did have another one tell me that over the phone, sometimes it can be a soft inquiry, sometimes it can be a hard inquiry. Sometimes you get automatic approval. Said about 5-10% of the time you get automatic approval. But I did mine online, and it was a soft pull. I got no message on my credit monitoring saying, there was a new inquiry from TransUnion, and that's who Navy Federal typically pulls from on their credit cards. So when you apply for a credit card with Navy Federal, they're typically going to pull TransUnion. Sometimes they pull Equifax. I've heard 90% of the time TransUnion. I've heard 50-50, TransUnion, Equifax. They could technically pull all 3, any of the 3, TransUnion, Experian, or Equifax, but I've never even heard of them pulling from Experian on the personal side. So keep that in mind if you're going to do the credit limit increase, or when you do that, it probably is better to go either online or through the app. That's been my experience. It's been the experience of many other people as well. You are allowed to have up to 3 personal credit cards with Navy Federal, where you are the primary. If you're an authorized user, then I think it's pretty much unlimited. So you can have, 1, 2, 3 primary cards of them, and you could be an authorized user on, I don't know how many people's cards I guess you want to be on. But keep in mind that with Navy Federal, no matter how many credit cards you have with them, the total credit limit that you can have, and I learned this the hard way because one rep I talked to Navy Federal told me the wrong thing, and I did a video on that. So the total credit limit you're allowed to have with Navy Federal credit cards is $80,000. That's what you're allowed to have with them, whether you have 1 card, 2 cards, or 3 cards. And like I said earlier, if you only have 1 credit card, the only card they have that goes up to $80,000 is the flagship. So if you have 1 flagship card, like my flagship card that I have, if I, over time work that up to an $80,000 credit limit with Navy Federal, then I cannot get any more cards because I already hit the $80,000 limit. Even though they allow you to have up to 3 credit cards, I already hit $80,000, so I've got no more room in my credit limit to have another card. Now, if you get some of the other cards they have, you could get a cash rewards, a go rewards, and a flagship, and you can have $80,000 across those 3. You can actually get more than one of the same credit card too. So if you want to have 3 flagship cards, you could. And you can hit the sign-up bonus every time because each one is a new account. Even though it's the same, branded card, each one is a new account. But you can still only get $80,000 total whether you have 1, 2, or 3 credit cards. So if you have 20, 20, and 30, well, 20, 20, and 40, you can do it that way, right? You can have 50, 20, and 10. It just, however you want to do it, it's fine. But that's what you're looking at as far as credit card limits with them. Now, if we're going to talk also about these credit cards, how you can get a better idea if you're going to get approved, they do have a pre-qualification tool on their website that you can use. When you go through there, you are going to state your income. They're going to do some background info on you, and then your income is just stated. That's all it is when you go through there. So just be advised, though, that just because it shows you pre-qualified for a card does not guarantee you're going to get approved for it. So you can pre-qualify for a card and still get denied when you actually go ahead and do the application for it. The pre-qualification tool will not affect your credit score when you do that, but when you actually do apply for the card, that is going to be a hard inquiry. So the other thing we'll talk about for a little bit here is the N Rewards secured card, because that's their one secured card. It's kind of an outlier in some ways from the secured cards, where you need to have $200 minimum deposit if you're going to get that card. And you can go up to, I think it's $5,000, which you can put in there. Now, it's your own money because it's secured. It's secured because it's your own cash, right? An unsecured credit card means that you have nothing backing it. The bank is basically loaning you money every time you use the credit card with the trust that you're going to pay them back by the due date. So with the secured credit card, it's just $200. That's all you need for a deposit. If you can do more, I would typically suggest doing more because that's not a whole lot when you're trying to keep your utilization low. So after just 3 months with the card, you can upgrade on the N Rewards card if you're doing well with it. So they'll give you a credit limit increase, but you don't have to put any more of your own money in. And then at 6 months, if you're doing well with that card, then they'll actually review your card every month, and they'll see if you can just be upgraded to a cash rewards unsecured card. So as soon as 6 months, you could actually be upgraded to an unsecured credit card from the secured. Now, it could take up to a year. I even heard of people going over a year and not getting graduated on that card. So depending on circumstances, that could be just how things play out. But if you ever have questions, definitely just call them. The reps are usually pretty good. Okay, I've had 2 instances where I got bad information from them, but as far as just customer service, they're usually very kind, and typically the information is pretty good, with 2 exceptions so far for me. Now, also when it comes to the N Rewards secured card, be advised if you've had bad credit issues in the past, you can get denied. Even though it's a secured card, you can be denied for that card if you've had bad credit issues. So if you're just brand new to credit, though, you're probably going to get approved. But if you had a bunch of bad stuff in the past, you could get denied for it. And the final thing we'll talk about here is, let's say you do get approved for an Navy Federal credit card. The card comes to you in the mail. You're also going to get a letter in the mail that is very important. This looks just like this. Do not throw this away. This looks like just like generic junk mail. This is my business address, guys, so don't freak out. But it gives you just generic info here, like what is a credit report, how do we use your report, all that kind of stuff. So lots of people see this and they throw it away. On the back here, this has what is called your Navy Federal credit score. Navy Federal has their own scoring system for you. So you may want to hold on to this and keep this because it shows they rank you from 100 to 450. That's how they rank you. Mine was 286 when I got approved for the flagship card. That's how they ranked me. So this can be something to keep with you because I've asked for an update on this in the past to mail me like a new letter, and I've never gotten one. So it might only be if you get approved for a card. But I would keep that and hold on to that because it gives you an idea of how Navy Federal views you and how they see you as one of their customers. So guys, hopefully this video was helpful for you. If it was, tell me about it down below in the comments section. I really do enjoy doing these kinds of things, just like taking a whole bunch of information, breaking it down, and just feeding it to you, telling you what you need to know in a quick, bite-sized video that you can get a good idea of what you want to do, you know, and help you make a decision down the way for your finances. So guys, tell me what you think about it down below. I appreciate you watching, and until next time, keep growing your money.